Hello everyone and welcome back to One Piece. We are doing episodes 871, 872, 873, and 874. I forgot the hat. Where's the hat? Oh my gosh. Oh, so embarrassing. I mean, oh. Okay. Let's try this again. There we go. Sorry for forgetting the hat. It is an essential part of these videos. We're going to be jumping into these episodes. I'm so excited. This is the second last video we're doing on Whole Cake Island. Next video, we finish off Whole Cake Island. That's insane. We have a total of 8 episodes left. At the end of this video, we're going to have 4 episodes left. That's crazy. I want to vaguely apologize at the top of this video because I'm going to be going... I mean, we're in, like, awesome hype episodes right now. I'm going to be going into this episode... with a weird energy in that, like, tonight I went to a concert of the band Train, and it was, you know, I had a great time at the concert with my friend, and so, you know, the whole concert, if you've been to concerts and you're like sort of as active as I tend to be vocally, you know, yell a lot. So I've been yelling all night. My voice was quite hoarse before. I've sort of had a hot drink and relaxed my voice for a bit, but you know, there's still some tiredness there, and also just from the day, like, I have a tiny bit of a headache. I've got just some general tiredness still seeping in, so it's like I have a combination of hype from the fact that these episodes, like the One Piece episodes lately, have been awesome, and the sort of resulting adrenaline from being at a concert where, like, you know, especially if it's a concert you really enjoy, you tend to go out of it going like, fuck yeah, dude. Or at least I do. But also the exhaustion from the day, the slight headache, the throat hurting. So I don't know what the energy is going to be in this video, but I think it's, you know, it's possible that part of the video I'm going to be quite tired in, or there might be bits where I'm a bit like distracted or something. So if that happens, I apologize. I'm going to try to make sure it doesn't. I'm going to try to put my front effort in. See, I mean, I'm making up phrases. Front effort isn't a phrase, but you know, it is now, I suppose. We can all start saying front effort. I forgot the phrase 5 seconds after I said it. Yeah, let's jump into these. I think last episode that we saw was the Snake Man episode. Man, that episode got me so incredibly hyped. I've been buzzing on the excitement from that episode for days now, many days now. So yeah, I'm really excited to jump into this. I mean, we're still the category battle is still going on, right? I don't think Luffy beat him yet, so we still got more. I don't know if Katakuri is gonna do something else crazy or anything, but we've got like the finale of the battle, and I truly do think we finished that battle today. I've kind of, like, I think in the last video, I kind of came to terms with the idea that I feel like we're not beating Big Mom this arc. Like, I think that doesn't make sense for us to beat Big Mom. I think this is more of a, we escaped from Big Mom this arc. But, like, I feel like it makes sense that we beat Katakuri in these 4 videos. I'm going to guess in the second video of this one, in episode 872. That's when I guess we're gonna, like, completely finish off Katakuri, and then we, you know, move on to whatever happens next. I mean, Luffy has to meet up with the others, they have to escape, and then maybe we do epilogue stuff. I don't know if we even do epilogue stuff in this one. As I said, I think the Reverie might end up like doubling as an epilogue in those episodes. So man, I can't believe we're going to be doing the Reverie soon. I'm so excited about that. I also have to remember, I do have to do a top 10 video at some point, after this 100 episode. So once we hit episode 900, I'm going to do a top 10 video from the episodes, what is it, 700 all the way up to 900. So I will do that at some point. I'll try to make it earlier than, you know, I'll try to make it on time if I can, on my YouTube channel. So after my YouTube channel starts posting those episodes, then that's when I'll put the top 10. I'll try. And also, I know I probably want to do a Wano skit. Like, there's a part of me that's like, do I do another skit so close to the Whole Cake Island skit. Like, it feels like it wasn't that long ago that I did the Whole Cake Island skit. But genuinely, it might be one of the last skits I do. The Wano one. Because Wano is like the last major arc until we're caught up. So, I mean, I don't know how long Egghead Island or whatever is going to be. But like, Wano is going to take a while. So, so I kind of want to do like a skit prediction video at some point. So I might try to do that. Maybe I'll try to make it less, like not as long as the Whole Cake Island one. The Whole Cake Island one was quite long. Even though Wano is going to be a longer arc, maybe I can make the prediction video shorter. Maybe I can be more efficient with it. I don't know. I just know it took a long time to do, but it was a lot of fun. All right. Anyway. That's a lot of chatting at the start of this video, but as I said, I got that leftover adrenaline, and there's a lot to talk about, especially coming to the end of this arc. So let's jump into this. Make sure to support the video, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos for both this channel and my main channel, Gent Watches. You can get the next 3 weeks or so of videos, of full-length videos on my Patreon account right now, which means you'll be at the very least in the Reverie. Will you be further than that? Probably not quite yet, but you might be towards the end of the Reverie arc on my Patreon account, so go check that out. But yeah, let's jump into this. This is episode 871 of One Piece. Veritas said I should be watching the superpowers visuals now. Like, I should be all caught up. If I'm misremembering that, then I apologize. I'm just gonna completely take in the visuals now. Man, there are a lot of characters in this arc. Nami. See, I mean, I've seen... Oh, I don't know if I noticed that before. A decent amount of these visuals kinda in the corner of my eye. Oh, hell yeah. I definitely saw these visuals. I like this. This is cute. Whoa, cool. Cool! I think I saw that just before, right? Last video or something? We haven't seen much of Germa lately, huh? Which I'm okay with. Oh, cool. He goes shirtless in this. Does it show snake? It does show snake form there. That is kind of a spoiler, but I guess I probably wouldn't have thought it. I wouldn't have noticed, I don't think, that it was different. Okay, recap Rubik's. If you are new to this channel, this is the recap Rubik's Cube. It's a Rubik's Cube that I do while the recap is going on, and the goal is to beat the recap. Okay, well, I didn't get very far. This episode is going to be called the Great Mirror Showdown. The Great Mirror Trick, Luffy's counter. He's gonna do something crazy with the mirrors. Okay. We're starting back on the battle with Katakuri. I mean, we could just finish it this episode. That'd be kind of cool. Or we could cut away. Oh, no. They didn't cut away. Oh, we're cutting to Broly. Shit, man. Don't escape. No! Now, Broly, if you were smart, you'd escape. Yep. That's smart for the first time. Well, that's bad for us, but I'm glad that she's actually doing the thing that she should be doing. Remember not to underestimate them. What? What did he call him? Nuji? New son. What? Who are you, ladies? He's got a cool voice. That makes sense. Yes, agreed. Who are these characters and why weren't they in the arc before? I mean, there's nothing really that special about them except that they're women and I like them. They maybe shouldn't take away screen time from others, but oh well. Okay, so Sanji, what, are you going to beat the shit out of all of them? If Broly comes out of that mirror, you got to grab her and go back in. Is she going to come out now? Son! Look at him having fond memories of her. I forgot the boobage that she showed in that picture.
Thank you, Prince-chan.
It's fun reminiscing on all of this stuff. Oh no, is this a goodbye to Pudding? Is that why we're doing this scene? Because we're not going to have her for much longer? Oh, that makes me sad. I've never loved a traitorous character so much. Oh. Mm-hmm. You certainly did. Oh. So, what's gonna stop her from apologizing? Just her pride? She gonna slap it away? I think it'll be her pride. Yep, that's exactly what it is. And Sanji doesn't care. Oh. Oh. That's really nice. Come on, Pudding, overcome that pride, please. Oh. Oi! Huh? Can you call me cute or something? Just one more person telling her she's not a monster? Well, not one more person. One person again. Stop smoking. Is it a kiss? Is it a kiss? She gonna step on it and kiss? Oh, she didn't step on it. Oh my god. No! But I think the implication was Sanji kiss. Oh my god. Unless they come back and she's like stabbed him in the gut or something. Oh, the fucking blood seeping into his eyes. Oh god. He's knocked out. If he's knocked out and he's used fourth gear, he can't use Haki for 10 minutes, right? At least. Oh my god, is he about to pass out? Was it a draw, kind of? They both passed out at the same time? Well, I mean, in the event of a tie, whoever achieved their goal wins. Defender wins in the event of a tie, right? And Luffy was the one defending his life. Katakuri's the one who was trying to stop them. So Luffy wins. He's got a good voice actor, man. Mondor's. Montdor. The way he floats around on a book. 12:43. We're getting closer and closer. Jesus, man. Hell yeah. 12:45. That's a cool clock. It's on a barrel. Ah, Smoothie's regular size again. You telling me that power up for Smoothie requires people's lives and it only lasts like a few minutes? Okay. I saw it coming like 5 seconds before he did it. It's still great. Like, I almost didn't realize where he was going with it. Uh-huh. I've been saying this, Nami. We're on the same wavelength. We're made for each other. Yeah, he's an idiot. Yes, we do. You gotta trust him. The day where you put all your trust in him and it doesn't work, then you start adjusting your expectations, you know? But generally, when he says stuff with that much conviction, he's right. Generally. Jeez. Well, he's up. Jeez. Exhausted, but up. That's cool. Mm-hmm. Oh, shit, man. Shit. Is he bigger than normal? I know he's big, but... Hmm? I mean, yeah, probably. He might have let you go if you said no, but seems like Katakuri was looking for an excuse to let him escape. Oh, cool line. Cool, and now he falls backwards? Wow, he stood up just to say that? What a badass character, man. What's... Oh, he's giving him the black version of that? Here's a souvenir from your best friend. It's like a woman leaving her underwear after a one-night stand. I'm not saying that from experience. Yep, she's gone. Oh my god. No way she's still around. Oh, Pecoms? Is that who that was? Whoa. What's he dressed in? Miss Toms! It's like Sogeking. Oh, that's nice. How didn't he not recognize? I guess Luffy's grown. Didn't he not recognize Sogeking, but he recognizes Pecoms? I guess Usopp kind of does a voice for Sogeking, but Pecoms has a very distinctive voice, you know. All right. Bam, 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 bam. Pecoms, they're so great. Oof. Wait, the moon? Wait, are we gonna see Pecoms's what do they call it? Do I have it in a easy, quick to find place? Pecoms is hello? Where is it? The transformation. There's a... Oh my god. How long ago did it happen? Not there. I can't find it. Where did she transform? What episode was that? Alright, well, I'm gonna... Oh, here we go. Sulong the Moon Lion. There you go. So are we gonna see his Pecoms' version of Sulong? Cause that could be kind of cool. Cause they like really showed the moon there. right? They like specifically had this shot of the moon and how it's sort of like glowing purple before covering it up with oven. So well that will be kind of cool if we have him come out and then he just like fucking wrecks shop. It's not something I thought of. I didn't think Peckhams was going to be a factor in this at all. I thought it was going to be Sanji having to do some crazy shit to help Luffy because he's right there. But no, I guess not. I liked this episode a lot. This is a great episode. It's funny. Like, I feel like not really much happened in the episode, but I wasn't bored once. It was like, there was like, Katakuri and Luffy kind of just both passed out, and that was most of the episode. They discussed what they were going to do when Luffy left. Then you had the Sanji pudding stuff. Then some more discussing what they're going to do with the Straw Hats. And then Luffy stands up, and then Peckhams comes in. And that's kind of the whole episode. So not really much got done, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was like 3 pages of the manga this episode. But I really liked it. I mean, I like that pudding moment a lot. I wonder, maybe I don't care. I don't think I care what most people's opinion on pudding is. Sometimes I think sometimes I worry myself too much about what other people think of characters and parts of the show, when it shouldn't matter. All that matters is how much I like it. And I like pudding a lot. Sometimes I wonder, you know, if she's the type of character that, like, because people tend to be, and this isn't just like a woman thing, even though I do think, you know, female characters get more flack for this, but people tend to be very unforgiving towards traitors, people who betrayed their trust. And sometimes, like, there are certain people who, when a character like betrays the group, that character's dead to them forever. It doesn't matter like what they do from that point on. But like, I'm such a forgiving person generally. I feel like just in my life and with media, I tend to be a lot more forgiving to everyone. And so I feel like it's very easy for me to get over a character betraying me. Like, it's really, really easy. You kind of just need to give me one scene where I can like them again, and it's like, it's given me permission when they put those scenes in. It's like the writer giving me permission to like them again. And so pretty much as soon as like, I was still liking Pudding's character. I mean, I said it in these videos. Like, I still, like, there was never a point where I disliked Pudding's character. Never in this thing. But there was a section where I disliked her as a person, even though I loved her character, you know? Like, I was rooting against her, but I still, you know, enjoyed her presence on screen. She was a villain that I loved to hate, right? There was that section, but basically as soon as there was the third eye thing where Sanji was like, oh, your third eye is beautiful, and she starts crying, like, as soon as that happened, I was like, that's Oda giving me permission to like this character again, so I'm taking it. I'm taking that and running. And ever since then, it's been joyous. It's been perfect. But I feel like this episode might have been the farewell. That's what I think that was. I think it's giving us the last bit of pudding before they're gonna say goodbye to this character. Because I imagine Luffy's gonna have to come through and they're gonna do some fighting or whatever, but we're gonna have to do a quick goodbye, you know? Like, we're not gonna be able to spend a lot of time saying goodbye to Pudding. I don't imagine Pudding's coming with us. I don't see that happening. The thing is, I'd never seen Pudding's character design. Like, I'm getting into the meta of it again, right? But I'd never seen Pudding's character design before. And I feel like if I had seen, like, if Pudding was in the Wano arc, I feel like I would have seen her character design. Like, I would have seen her in a yukata or whatever, that, you know, the Wano outfits that they wear, kimonos and stuff. I gotta be honest, I've watched anime for so long, I don't really know the difference between a yukata and a kimono. But you know what? We're in the age of the internet. let's look it up. Yukata versus kimono. Yukata are casual, summer-friendly, and usually made of cotton or linen, while kimonos are more formal, often made of silk and worn for special occasions. Can I look at a picture of them? Okay, yeah, a yukata sort of... Well, some of these pictures aren't really helping. Like, some of them I feel like it's like, oh, yukata versus kimono, and then other ones it's like the yukatas look like kimonos and the kimonos look like yukatas. But it feels to me like kimono is the word I'm looking for, I think. Because they're kind of the fancier ones. But then those ones are fancy. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to say kimono for now. I feel like I would have seen Pudding in a kimono at some point. Not recently, but like when I started watching the show and I started being more cognizant of One Piece and the Wano arc was still ongoing, I see fan art I go to anime conventions, I see fan art of One Piece, I kind of like, my eyes get drawn to them, and then I try to like not look at it too closely, but I still see sometimes I'll even see characters and go, I recognize those characters, and then I'll go like, oh, these are One Piece characters, don't look. So that happened, and so it's, I know some of the looks of the characters that we're gonna be meeting in Wano. Mostly I know Yamato and there's another character, I don't know her name, and I don't know if she's an important character, but I've seen at least one more character. But are there any more? But I've never seen Pudding in a kimono. So I feel like I would have like noticed, I would have been like, oh, that girl's cute. Who's that? Like in my head. So I don't think Pudding's gonna come with us. And also, like, even if I didn't have that meta thought of it, I think it also just sort of makes sense. She doesn't really have a role in the show. I mean, I want her role to be Sanji's girlfriend. I don't think that's Oda's style. I don't think Oda would... Like, I don't think that's in his plans. I don't think he wants to write these characters in a relationship, I think he more likes the idea of like, oh, this is a beautiful thing these two characters had at this point in time, and then there's a beautiful goodbye, and then they never see each other again. Or they will, but it'll be after One Piece is over. After, maybe you can go in the epilogue and you can show Pudding again or whatever. But it's sad to me when that, if that's the case. I want Sanji to have, like, just a relationship. Because to me, if he just has a relationship, then firstly, you get to do, like, I feel like you get to do fun new things with Sanji's simp gimmick, Like, I think you could have him still, like, simping, but then also, like, sometimes I feel like there are guys who are like, oh my god, that woman's hot. Not as hot as my wife, though. Like, sometimes there are, like, guys like that, where it's like, they will... And I mean, I think I'm one of those guys when I'm in a relationship, where it's like they will simp so hard over other people, but there's no one they'll simp harder on than their wife. That's the vibe that I think would be funny for a Sanji direction to go in. And I think, like, we could see him grow through, being close with a woman like Pudding, like being in such a close relationship with her. We could see him sort of mature a little bit, because I mean, Sanji still needs a little bit of maturing. He's a very cool guy, but he needs a bit of maturity, and that would be, I think, cool to see. But it's not really for One Piece. I don't think it's what Oda wants to do with the series, and I respect that. It's his series. He does it how he wants. If I was writing the series, and I mean, I kind of do this when I write stories and stuff, like, relationships to me are like something good to be interwoven within it, and not necessarily like as big, like, oh, will they, won't they storylines or whatever. Like, I think it's more fun when stories can very naturally just have, oh, these characters are now in a relationship, and it's just something that's happening. It doesn't need to be major plot lines, but this is how lives go, Sometimes we get in relationships with people and our life goes on. It doesn't change the direction of our life or anything. I mean, it can, but it doesn't have to. And that's something that I would like, but it's hard to do that and still be telling the same story, you know? So I get it. But yeah, I would like that. I'm talking extra about pudding right now because I feel like they're saying goodbye to her now. Like, I feel I gotta get it out, you know? I gotta get all of this appreciation for the character out now. Because I went through many stages of different amounts of love for her, and I'm ending it on the highest of highs. I adore that character. But yeah, he might have got a kiss now. He might have got a kiss, baby. Anyway, I loved the Katakuri, like the Katakuri standing back up scene, and he purely stood back up to ask Luffy, "Are you coming back to kill Big Mom?" And Luffy goes, or, you know, to defeat Big Mom or whatever, you know. And then Luffy goes, "Of course I am. I'm going to be king of the pirates." And Katakuri says, "You're seeing far into the future." And then he passes out. What a cool, like, I think in my mind, that's him basically going like, well, that proves you're better than me. Like, your foresight is much stronger than mine is. And obviously it's not literal. He's not saying like, oh, that's your observation haki kicking in. Obviously it's a metaphor, or a, you know, it's you know, figuratively looking into the future. He's not actually doing it. He just has that much drive that he believes in his dream so much that it just seems impossible for it not to happen. However, it's still fucking badass. Like, it's still a really cool thing for Katakuri to, like, almost admit defeat right there. That's so cool. I love that a lot. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next episode. This is episode 872 of One Piece. Let's do it. Okay, recap. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. Okay, this episode is going to be called The Great Mirror Escape. Luffy and Peckham's escape. Okay, that's the cube complete. I didn't technically finish it in time, but there you go. Look at all these no-names that are about to get soloed. I imagine by Peckham's. Whoa, that's a lot. That seems like that's just annoying for the animators to draw. Although I think there were some repeats in that crowd. The sunny coming out of the shadows is cool. Yeah, we've already got a win from that. Now, there's 4 minutes until 1 AM. We have to assume that's happening in this episode, right? Smoothie, I gotta say, you still kind of haven't done anything. I love you, but you kind of haven't. If you say so, girl. These guys remind me of the, this is a good joke. They remind me of the Little Mermaid kids in Fishman Island. Okay, it seems like we are going to reach 1 AM in this episode. Thought it was possible they could have had this whole episode be a build-up. I wouldn't put it past One Piece. Oh yeah? Sulong, yes! Oh really? Are you gonna die? Oh, you might die. Okay. So you need to get Luffy out of the way. Oh? Aww. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Pedro is such a good guy. Oh. Alright, motherfucker. Just throw him to Sanji. Sanji can grab him. I think oven will be a problem, but otherwise we'll probably be fine. Okay, here we fucking go. We really should have gagged Broly again. There was a hot woman in the background. Woman in a red dress. Here we fucking go! Hang on, where's Luffy? Where do you hide Luffy? Because Luffy can't come out now, so he'd have to be with Peckham somewhere. He can't get away with the disguise. Oh my god. Oh my god! It's Peckham's! No way! Oh shit, dude. But where's Luffy right now? Oh shit! Oh shit! Yeah, Broly, you are in danger if he can't control himself. Oh, he looks awesome. Alright, yeah, Alvin, you're the only one I'm really worried about here. Oh. He was still holding the gun? Oh, heat beating? Jesus, yeah. There's Luffy. Was he in his pants? Was he just curled up around his dick? Okay, Sanji, swoop in. Oh my god, yeah, we're having to dodge a lot of shit. Poor Brook is always being thrown around. I guess he's like really light, right? Well, wait until he's not surrounded by enemies, right? Second gear? No. Alright. Nice. Nice. Uh-oh. Oh, here we fucking go. This is what I wanted. Aww, cute. I noticed we don't have Pudding with us anymore. I think we said our goodbyes. Oh. Oh, got a little cut on the hair. Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Fuck yeah, dude. Oh my god. Yeah, you just need to get the fuck out of there. Oh shit. Yeah, he's out of control. Do your best Pedro impression. Oh. Could Pudding save him? Or something? What's happening? Oh. Oh? What's going on? He's remembering... He's remembering Pedro's voice. What triggered that? Just like looking at Luffy? Well, that's cool. But yeah, I mean, I guess just looking at Luffy triggered that. Whoa! Oh, that's kind of cool. This guy's kind of cool. I wish he was introduced earlier. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I've already mourned Peckhams once, I think. We thought Peckhams was dead ages ago. Oh, that scream. You did great. I'm gonna give you the same respect I did Pedro. I'm gonna be proud of your death rather than mourning it. Oh, fuck. Shit, dude. Okay, Peckhams, fuck you. You didn't get us out of the way. Pudding. Pudding. Pudding's gonna do something. Whoa. Explosion at the harbor? Did the Sunny just wipe everything out? No, it wasn't the Sunny. Was it Beji? Did he like do a loop around and... I don't know. Oh, I said I hadn't seen Germa in a while. The music shifting to like heroic music. Hell yeah. Oh my god, transformation sequence. Here we go. Oh, the colors. That's great. Oh, that's so good. I think Sanji's a little pissed that he's being saved by his brothers, but... Does he mean, is he saying what a coincidence, like, oh, we just happened to be here clearing up business? Yeah, we're not here to save you, we're just here to fuck these guys up. Cool, man. What a great episode. These episodes are flying by, dude. Like, I'm sitting here and like there's nothing I want to be doing right now except watching One Piece. Sometimes it's like I want to be watching One Piece, but also there's a part of my body that's like kind of tired and wants to be like lazy, you know, like not recording a video. I want to just like put on a podcast and play some blueprints or something, you know, like just do something like relaxing and mindless and stuff. Like that happens, you know, and it doesn't mean I'm not enjoying watching One Piece. It's just that's how human nature is. We have different cravings. Our wants take us to different places, and also like when I watch One Piece kind of on a schedule, it tends to happen sometimes that like, you know, I'm scheduled to watch One Piece at this time, so it's like I'm not watching One Piece just when I feel like it most of the time. I'm watching One Piece because I gotta post it as a video tomorrow. But again, doesn't mean I don't absolutely love it. I mean, you can watch these reactions and see how much I'm having fun. But today, it's like, if I had my choice of what I was doing, like right now, I'd still say I'd still be watching One Piece. I'd still be doing this exact same thing, because this is just so satisfying, so great. And I can't wait to get to the next episode already. Yeah, I like seeing how this is coming back into it. I said, I don't know if it's going to be in the edit. I watched the visuals in the last episode. I watched the visuals of superpowers for like the first time proper. Like when I watched that OP, I'm talking about the OP right now for this arc. When I watched it the first few times, or the first until now, I would always kind of I'd have the visuals on. I wouldn't be like hiding my eyes from them, but I wouldn't really be watching them closely. You know, I kind of just like look away. I listen to the song. I sing along to the song. I see it in the corner of my eye. I look at the colors. I'll look at a scene every once in a while, but I won't just be sitting there watching it, because you know, I know there's some spoilers in it and stuff, right? And I'm not like, I think if I watched it like just like really closely and watched every single scene in it, I still don't feel like I would have been spoiled majorly, But, you know, I know it's mostly better if I try not to do that. Anyway, I was told that I was allowed to watch it now, like that I'd seen all the scenes in it or whatever. And so I watched it last episode. I saw the scenes with Germa there, and I said, oh, we haven't seen Germa in a while. Now, I don't know if that's going to be in the edit or not. I don't know what my mind is going to be like in 3 weeks when I edit this. But I made a comment about the fact that we hadn't seen Germa. And I was wondering if they would factor back into the arc. Like, I imagined they must have, because Oda doesn't tend to leave things hanging accidentally. Like, if there's plot lines that he leaves hanging, it's because he wants to. Like, there's a reason that he's leaving that hanging. But generally, like, characters who are introduced at the start of the arc will, by the end of the arc, like, they're all Chekhov's guns, you know? Like, by the end of the arc, those guns will be fired. So with the Germa stuff, it's like, yeah, we had the thing where they had tried to assault Germa's castle or whatever and failed, but that didn't feel like the send-off to Germa. So, like, are we gonna have time for a send-off to Germa? Because this arc is also, I feel like it's leading up to ending in a very non-traditional way. We haven't had an ending like this in a One Piece arc, I don't think, where it has led up to the ending of this arc is us just leaving. You know, like, we're not stopping and celebrating when we didn't save like a town or anything. We just kind of fucked shit up and now we're leaving. All we did was save Sanji. I mean, I'm not going to say all we did. We did a bunch, but like our goals were to save Sanji and to get the poneglyph. And we did both of those things. And now we're just fucking off. We didn't beat Big Mom. We beat Katakuri, but Katakuri we didn't even know about going into this arc. So we didn't beat the big boss in Big Mom. We didn't wipe out her main productions necessarily or anything. We just kind of did a lot of damage and fucked off. So, yeah. So I don't know how this is going to go. I really don't. But I did feel like Germa would have had to have come back in some capacity in these last 8 episodes. But I just didn't know how that was going to happen. Or, like, even if they didn't come back necessarily, we would have wrapped them up in a way. But this feels like this is more appropriate. Like, they come back and actually kind of save us. But then they don't admit that they're saving us. They're like, oh, what a coincidence. You're here too? Wow, that's crazy, you know? Very nice. It seems like Pecoms is dead. I'm going to go off the assumption that he's dead. And when Pedro died, I said, like, I'm not mourning it necessarily because I was satisfied that I feel like he went out the way he wanted to, you know? So it's actually like, it was a victory, what he did. And I felt like the character had fulfilled his role, and it was like a very satisfying end for that character. So I was happy with it. Pecoms is kind of in the same boat, but a little bit different. I feel like Pecoms did fulfill his role as a character. Like, he like, this is a very satisfying way for him to go out. Although I guess, like, a tiny bit of it is I wish he gave them a little bit more escape, you know? Like, I feel like he kind of died, and now it's like, if it wasn't for Germa and some other stuff, then he then the Straw Hat still wouldn't have escaped. So, like, he might have kind of died for nothing if it wasn't for Germa. But, like, you know, let's give him the credit. Let's pretend, or not pretend, but let's assume that if Pecoms didn't do that, if he didn't sacrifice himself, we wouldn't have even had to, like, survived until Germa got there. So let's just say that's the case, because that's probably what they're implying here. But this less not less interesting, but the less satisfying part, the thing that makes it a little different from the Pedro situation, is Pedro was, like, so willing to sacrifice himself, and that was, like, what he wanted to live for, and he only had a certain amount of years left anyway. Like, it was like him going out there was like a good thing for him, kind of, you know? For Pecoms, I'm not sure that's fully true. I think he kind of had a good life ahead of him, potentially, if he survived, and, like, you know, like I think Peckhams' death is more sad to me, but like I don't want to say this right after he died. I cared about Peckhams a little less, maybe a lot less, but I still liked Peckhams a lot. Like I think he's a cool guy, cool design. But then again, I also had already, like, there was a point in the show where I thought he was dead. Like, when he was shot by Benji, I thought he was dead. And I was like, oh my god, they killed him, you know? So I've already gone through that thought process. It reminds me of a clip from Would I Lie to You, where David Mitchell, like, if you don't know, Would I Lie to You is a British panel show. And the whole game is like, they read out a card, and they're either going to be reading a truth about themselves or a lie, but regardless, the other panel is going to be asking them questions, and they have to answer it as if it's true, and then guess if they think it's a truth or a lie. It's a fantastic fucking comedy show, and David Mitchell is one of the team leaders, and he's like, I feel like he was such a formative, like my sense of humor was so formed around David Mitchell's type of humor. Anyway, there's a bit in one of the clips where they're, you know, there's a lie that's really affected him, like a lie from someone on the other team that actually affects him a lot. And he was like, I'm very hurt and very bruised, whether this is true or not. It doesn't matter if you say this is true or not, because I've gone through it emotionally. I've already lived through this experience, and so I always think of that at times like this, where it's like I've already emotionally gone through Peckhams' death. You know, like I've already processed that, and now it's happening again. Like I'm, you know, like I've already lived that experience. So yeah, but still, I mean, if that is Peckhams dead, which I think it might be. I'm not sure I understand. It's because I wasn't talking to you, bitch. I see what you did. I lost my fucking train of thought. I was talking about David Mitchell, Peckhams dying. Yes. I feel like Oda has learned his lesson about character death, where it's like he still does fake out deaths, but he certainly also does real deaths now. I feel like Pedro is proof of that. Pedro died. I think Peckhams is another version of that. And Peckhams is another one that starts with P, man. Like, if we're talking about the will of P, Peckhams is another one that starts with P. What the fuck is going on, Oda? Is that what do you create characters that start with P just to have them sacrifice themselves? That's crazy. But yeah. I don't know. Was I gonna discuss something else? He remembered Pedro's voice in that moment. And I just wonder, like, was it just in that moment, like, Pedro died for Luffy, you know? That was his thing. So, like, looking at Luffy, did that trigger, like, this is Pedro's will. Pedro's will is still living on within Luffy, so it might as well be that Pedro is stepping in here to save them. Also, throughout this whole episode, I kept saying every time, like, we were backed into a corner, I kept saying Pudding would jump in. And the reason I'm saying that is because, like, they could just kill her. You know, like, that would... I would hate it, and, like, it would make me very upset. It would make me more upset than, you know, Peckhams dying or Pedro dying. But they could do it, and it would be, like, a clean kill from a writing perspective. Like, Oda would then have, like, freedom of, like, hey, we killed her, so I don't have to worry about Sanji coming back here in the epilogue. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have to always have this hanging over it, because right now, if Sanji leaves, and I know we're back on the pudding topic, shut the fuck up, I don't care. If Sanji leaves now, right, and, you know, we left with a kiss from Pudding or whatever, that was the implication, right? And that was the last he saw of Pudding for now. I feel like in the future, when you're doing wrap up of the story, it's kind of fucked up if he never goes back for Pudding, you know? It's kind like I kind of also think it's fucked up he never like resolved any of the Violet stuff as well. But I feel like Pudding is even more so because it was like they were actually, you know, they kissed and they did Violet and Sanji ever kiss? I don't think so, right? But yeah, they like, I feel like with Pudding, it's like they were about to get married, even though it was like kind of a fucked up situation. They still were going to, and Sanji was like willing to, and he said like, I was glad you're my fiance, and they kissed and they had like that romantic moment. Like, I feel like if it's never addressed again, it's a little fucked up from Sanji. if he never thinks about her again, you know? So, but if you killed Pudding in this arc, then he can like, it can be understandable that he never goes back for her. So I'm just saying, Oda, like, I don't want you to kill Pudding, and I'll be angry with you if you do, but I will also, I'll respect the hustle, you know? I'll get it. I understand, you know? I studied writing as well, you know? I went to university for this shit. I get the purpose of it in the story, and I think it's probably, in the long term, it's probably a good decision. But you didn't hear it from me, okay? If she ends up dying, I'm not taking responsibility. Let's move on to the next fucking episode, dude. No! I got one more thing. Smoothie, do something. I love Smoothie's design and voice. Like, it's such a cool character. Do something, please. I think she's gonna end this arc without having done anything. I think. There's like, there was the bit in, I have higher standards for her because she's one of the generals. Like, I wouldn't have high standings for her if they just called her one of the what are they called? The ministers. If she was just a minister, it's like, yeah, that's fine, you know? Like, I kind of don't expect much from a lot of these ministers. Right now, I would say, like, there's a decent amount of ministers there that they kind of built up and didn't really do much. But Smoothie, she's, I'm not going to say she's on the same level as, because I don't think this is true, but she's in the same grouping as Katakuri and Cracker. So, and Cracker did his best, you know? I mean, he was defeated early-ish on, but he fucking fought, dude. Like, that guy tried. Smoothie is really not done much. Like, the only time she's done stuff has been, she's also been in a big group and they've done stuff too. But she had such a cool introduction where she's like juicing people, you know, and it's like, holy shit, that she's gonna be trouble to deal with. But she hasn't been trouble to deal with. Now that she might, but by the end of the arc, she might do something. And I'm kind of hoping she does, but also we got other shit to deal with. I don't know. I don't know if I want her to do something now. I think it's too late. I think it's too late for you to do shit for me to, I don't know. I wanted her to, like, I don't know if it would have been realistic, and I kind of don't care. I wanted her to fight Nami. Like, I wanted it to be like a Nami versus Smoothie fight, and, like, we would have seen Nami do some crazy shit against her. But I just like Nami one-on-one battles as well. I think when we get, like, a good Nami battle, you know, that's a dream come true for me. Anyway, let's move on to the next episode. This is episode 873 of One Piece. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we fucking go. This episode is going to be called Germa 66 saves the day, the sacrifice of Yonji. That's a cool shot, it panning around them. Hell yeah, dude. They got them John Wick suits on. Oh shit, he's got them John Wick glasses on. Yep, you gotta get out of there. Save Luffy. Well, oh yeah, that's right. They did the tricking thing. They copied his voice. No, that man's dead. Yeah, do it. Good. I'm glad he doesn't have like too much pride that he like won't run, you know? Man. Sanji getting Skywalk was one of the best things ever. So cool, man. No way you can hit him with a bazooka from there. Ha! That's a good joke. Ich ni Sanji, go! Like, go means 5, but it also means go. Shoot. I don't know if that's a common pun in Japan, that they do that all the time, but... Holy shit! Oh my god! Is she gonna do something? Is she gonna do something? Well, you haven't done anything, Smoothie. I like the 3D shots of the ships in this show. I think they do them well. They're allies right now. Do we have much of a choice? Oh my god, Brooke. Okay. It's a good plan. Aww. Full trust. Do it. Omokaji! Cute. Oh, cool shot. No, he beat him. That's a sobering realization for these guys. They now know that we're not to be fucked with. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey, he's the captain of the Straw Hat Pirates for a reason. Damn, man. Oven is genuinely scary. Oh my god, we need to get away! Whoa, cool. Oh! Shit, dude. I mean, it's fucked up, but when you're being shot at, you gotta use Luffy as a shield. Because it's gonna bounce off him, so it's fine. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Don't have the mid card. Just show me the thing. Just get to it. Okay, they didn't cut away. That's good. Oh. Hell yeah, Ichiji. Oh. I love all the effects. It's great. Yeah, I remember show. I remember that they're douchebags. Well, listen to your bro. Oh my god, this guy again. I forgot about him. And this is for Yonji. Hell yeah. Oh my god, please let Reiju be the last one to save us. That's just a personal want. But I think it also would make sense, because of their connection. Oh my god, he's got like fucking Poppy's playtime hands. Cool. I mean, to live up to the name Winch Guillotine, you should pull his head off of his body. Maybe that's too fucked up for this show. Alright, we need Niji to jump in next, I imagine. Yep, here we go. Niji. There he is. Hell yeah. Awesome! A light-speed sword? That's so cool. Wow, Niji might be the coolest one. I think he is. I think Niji's the coolest one. I would understand if they didn't give us a Reiju scene, but... yeah. But now it's just brotherly banter, you know? That's a different thing. They're too distracted to shoot him down. Nice. Here's where Reiju could come in. Yes! Yes, indeed she will. And she'll just kill these motherfuckers. Unless she's gonna kiss all of them afterwards. Oh, yeah. Yes! She's the only one doing this out of love. Oh my god! Nice! One final goodbye? From the one family member that loves you? That's the friend that you were looking for. Yeah, this line. So don't let go of Luffy. Aw, this is a good thing. Oh, well this is a flashback. I thought she was saying that now. Oh, Sora. Oh, good parallel. Damn it, man. Making me cry on that scene again. Oh. That's cute, dude. What a nice goodbye. She was crying. Hell yeah, fuck him up. Kill Oven, please. Deal with this motherfucker. Yatta! Yeah, you gotta start making him some meat. He needs it. Oh, great shit, man. This is just so great. It's so... I can't believe that was a whole episode. I can't believe it. I've been recording this video for an hour and 46 minutes. It does not feel like it. That was so great. Yeah. Loved that. Loved that episode. Loved that Reiju goodbye. It was just a very nice parallel. Got me looking at watching that backstory again, and then crying over it again, and then crying because they show the shot of Reiju pushing Sanji and then showing it in contrast to her as a kid pushing him to help him escape, and she's doing it again now. Really nice. But it was cool that all the brothers got like a moment where they come in and save Sanji and do a different thing. And they were like really emphasizing with the brothers, it's like these guys like it was Oda reminding us, like, remember, these guys were fucked up. Like, these guys were horrible. So it's a big deal for them to be like Reiju. She loves Sanji. We know she loves Sanji. So like, that's actually less of a big deal, even though it gets me more emotional. And it's the more emotional scene. It's less of a big deal, but Sanji's brothers being here to help him is like more of a big deal in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, it's great, dude. It's great. I didn't write many notes for this episode. I guess that was most of the episode was the Germa stuff. It kind of was the whole episode, huh? Wow. That's kind of crazy, because, like, yeah, that really means, again, not much happened this episode, but when the stuff that's happening is good, that doesn't tend to matter. When you got slow pacing, but the pacing, you know, it's cool shit happening that doesn't feel like they're padding for time, even if they are. It's good. It's real good. Like, I'm so curious how many chapters this episode was. Firstly, what was this episode called? Pulling back from the brink, the formidable reinforcements, Germa. Okay. I know I don't often look at the titles, even. Like, I said at some point that I would look at the titles afterwards, but I forget so often, and it takes a long time. I gotta see how many chapters were in this episode. I gotta. It was part of one chapter, pages 2 to 17 of one chapter. So yeah, I mean, it was basically a chapter. I guess that isn't that slow paced. It isn't quite as slow paced. I genuinely thought it would have been half a chapter, but it's like just under one full chapter. I think that makes sense. But yeah, anyway, it's not a complaint, because it was a great episode. I had a great time. I don't think there's anything to discuss, though. I kind of discussed it all. I talked about the brothers. I talked about Reiju. I cried in front of you again. So it's time for the final episode we're doing in this video, and that means, I mean, also remember, stay tuned at the end of the video. All of these videos, I want you to remember, I do the song reactions at the end of each video. So I'll be doing a song today. I think today's song is a song sung by Coby's actor, I think is what we're doing today. So stay tuned to the end of the video for my reaction to that song, because it's really fun me watching these songs. Anyway, yeah, episode 874 of One Piece. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. Okay, this episode is going to be called The Straw Hats Reunite. I heard it say Sunny. The Sunny escapes. And that was a cube complete, by the way. Back to the Sunny. Hell yeah, dude. Aww. Yeah, he's all tuckered out. Got you! Yes! Yeah, just, you gotta let him rest. He's really fucked up. Yeah, Chopper, remember your role in the show as Doctor. That's true. And also you're smoking, which can give you lung cancer. Oh, I forgot about this woman. This is sad, but this is all Big Mom's fault, so... Yeah, their faith in her is gone. Cutlery Island. Ice Cream Island sounds like that goes off. That would be awesome. Eat up, girl. You earned it. Oh my god. There goes the ship. And they're ready with the weapons to try to take down Big Mom. I mean, it would be kind of insane if they took down Big Mom here. I doubt it would happen, but I'm not ruling it out. Oh, they have to say goodbye to their ship like this. That's sad. Oh, are they fucking off? I thought they might have been sticking around to try to take out Big Mom. Or maybe they are. But the random soldiers are going in. And his wife, I imagine. Maybe not. His wife. She stays out. Oh, by her own choice. What? What's she gonna do? Okay. Makes sense. It's a gross visual, but I understand. I can imagine how hungry she must be. I kind of felt this today when I skipped lunch. Yeah. Yeah, you guys are kind of fucked all over. Well, it's not like laced with poison, luckily for you. Show me. Yep. By one bite? I feel like she'd get through half the cake before she died. Uh-huh. That's what's gonna happen. You better thank Sanji. That brown-haired girl in the hat is cute as fuck. Did they evacuate already? Did they fuck off? They don't want to bet on that. Yeah, I was wondering why they didn't have the journalists tied up this entire time. I feel like if Stussy is protecting him, he can get away. She seemed strong. I believe in it too. Huge compliment. God, I would love to try Sanji's cooking. Can you imagine? Oh my god. They won't die, it's fine. I'm actually kind of excited, I feel like it'll be satisfying for me to see her eat it. She's been so hungry. Oh my god, my pen died. Thank goodness this show is like fucking around so I can get my new pen. It's the times when One Piece's slow pacing is good. What's happening? Just Germa? Yeah, it's Judge specifically. So, is there going to be a final goodbye with Dad? Sanji! Am I your father now? Or some bullshit, I don't know. Okay. I feel like Luffy would have the right thing to say here. Oh no. Oh my god. Easily moved like an idiot. Now he's insulting me. What's Luffy gonna say? Come on, surely you write this scene backwards from the response. Maybe you don't write it backwards from the response. He doesn't deserve a response. That's great. I want to rewatch the scene. What? My god, fuck off. Okay, alright. Alright, so this was Smoothie's plan. Yeah, this is kind of bad. Oh, fuck. Nice! Okay, now Smoothie's jumping into the fight. They're all paddle ships. What if they're all Broly's power making ships? Mirrored ships. I doubt it. Oh, fuck, dude. If we lost after all of this, it'd be heartbreaking. But Aladdin, maybe? Like Jinbei's crew? Yeah, Jinbei's crew. I forgot this fucking dude's name. Oh no, he's cool, guys. Don't worry. Wadatsumi, that's what his name is. Oh. Jinbei's going to see his crew. One last time before he comes with us. Hello, Aladdin. And fuck, what's her name? I was gonna say Charlie, but that's the Fishman Island woman. Aww. That's so great. No. That's it? Are you kidding? Okay, that episode was like 2 minutes long. I don't even know why. I don't even like... I don't think that episode was like so entertaining that it should have sucked that much time away, but I was genuinely shocked when that to be continued came up. Wow. I didn't even remember the mid card. Oh, was this the mid card that I was like when... Is it? Hang on. What was the mid card today? Was it the oven slash, or was that last episode? I think that was last episode. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, that must have been last episode. Good episode. Really good. I can't believe next video we're finishing this arc. I mean, I can believe it because it's leading to that, but it's wild. It's crazy. The fact that we're finishing the arc next video, and I feel like we really haven't normally when there's 4 episodes left in an arc, you're already like, there's no more problems, you know? Like that's normally when we're fucking around, when we're doing lore stuff. So yeah, this is gonna be crazy. But no, we're still not away from all our problems. It did feel like this was one of the last problems, this like fleet that had surrounded us. And it seems like Wadatsumi and Aladdin and the rest of the crew have dealt with that problem. And I think this is a chance for Jinbei to properly say goodbye to his crew before coming with us. Which I think Jinbei is actually just like coming with us and is going to be a straw. I don't think he's going to stay here. I think he's going to come with us like he promised he would. So I think that was a straw hat that I didn't realize was a straw hat. I think I'm surprised by that. I think because like I kept thinking there's going to be a reason Jinbei can't be a straw hat or something. Like I kept thinking that must be the case. But I think he might be. I think he's just going to come with us to Wano, and I think he's going to be a straw hat within Wano. That kind of makes sense to me. So yeah, I'm surprised by that. Like I feel like I feel like I would have had that spoiled for me that Jinbei was a crew member. I know he was planning to be a crew member. Like I remember back in Fishman Island when we invited him to our crew and he said, I will be one day. I remembered that. I thought he would be a crew member eventually. I didn't think it was just going to happen now, but it seems like it's just going to happen now. Kind of cool. And yeah, I mean, he'll fit nicely within the crew. I know I did say at some point, I think I did a big discussion at some point about like how I felt like he wasn't going to be a crew member because I didn't really see what he added to the crew necessarily, you know, like I didn't know if he had a distinct enough role within the crew to justify him being an extra member in a crew that's all like, you know, the Straw Hats are already a lot of main characters, so much so that I feel like Oda is more and more splitting them up and like giving him reasons to not have to write so many characters. So like adding more people to the crew, that's a lot, you know. But no, I mean, I think he's joining. I think he's going to be with us. I mean, the main thing to talk about in this episode was that judge scene. And I want to go back to it. I want to go back to the scene and like look at all the things that Judge said. Because now seeing it from the perspective that Luffy saw it as, it's very funny, and I gotta see what Luffy saw each line as. So let's see. I'm going back to the scene. Judge says, to start the scene, he says, "What's so good about him, Straw Hat Luffy?" I'll just have it up like this. "What's so good about him, Straw Hat Luffy? Once you enter, you never get out. You risk your life just to get him back. Sanji is Germa's failure." Okay, here's the thing. So here's the things that were listed. Now we have to now remember it through the lens of Luffy is seeing all of these as positives, which I think is really fun. So Sanji is Germa's failure, which is a positive because Germa is a shitty group of people. So him being a failure from there is you know, being a success anywhere else. His skin doesn't work as a shield. I think Luffy sees this as awesome because it's like he's this badass even though he's got like regular skin. Like for Luffy's skin kind of works as a shield for like bullets and bludgeoning weapons and stuff. So like Luffy, I feel like would look at someone like Sanji and go like, he's doing things almost as cool as I am, and yet he doesn't even have that. Like he's just got a regular body. He works as a cook because he has no pride in his royal blood. That's a good thing, you know. Like he doesn't rely on his lineage to define who he is. He doesn't get pride from who his father was. He gets pride from cooking for people. So that's another good thing. He's easily moved like an idiot. Luffy's okay with the fact that he himself is an idiot. Luffy looks at himself and calls himself an idiot, and he's sometimes like sad about it. You know, like when he's like saying sorry to the Mary or whatever, he's like, I wish I wasn't an idiot in those moments. But he generally like understands his position as an idiot, but also knows like that's who I am, and he respects it. So Sanji also being an idiot and also being emotional is a good thing because Luffy's also emotional, so he sees the good in that. His soft mind makes him put his life on the line for the weak. He protects weak people. That's like Luffy's entire thing. Luffy said back in Enies Lobby, I want to be strong enough that I can protect my friends even if they're weak. And that's what Sanji does. He's a good enough guy that he protects the weak. A failed soldier who's far from perfect. He has a lot of imperfections, and yet he's still this badass. That's so great. So now, seeing all of those lines, So I said in that scene that generally with a scene like that, you come up with the response and then you can write backwards from it, right? Like, if you come up with a cool line of like, you know, I feel like this is a way, not every writer would work, but a decent amount of writers would be like, okay, a cool line would be, you know, like, this isn't a cool line, but like, I'm going to use the placeholder line that's not cool, but pretend it's a cool line. Like, he's the only cook for me or something, right? So you come up with a scene and you go like, okay, I want the scene to end with Luffy yelling, he's the only cook for me, and Sanji then being like inspired by that, and Judge being like, oh, you know, and then you write backwards. You go like, okay, so what questions could he be responding to that would be a thing. So then you write the build up so that the line hits harder, right? So, like, for example, Nico Robin's I Want to Live. I feel like that's a decent example. I feel like you come up with the I Want to Live scene, and then you try to write backwards into showing that she doesn't want to live. Showing that she's saying, like, I've never been able to tell people this. I've never been able to say this, you know? You write all that build up knowing where it's going. Knowing what the line is going to be. But this scene, I really like it because I was waiting so much for the response that I wasn't even like as much paying attention to his questions. So when Luffy was like, okay, cool, see ya, and then he was like, wow, he said all those nice things about you, it made me want to go back and see all of exactly what he said, and then like see in my head how would Luffy interpret them. And it makes the scene so much more clever because the build up was the inspiring thing. It's really cool, like having what the villain, the antagonist, was saying in that moment was actually the inspiring part of the scene. Really well written, honestly. Like, it's a funny gag. You know, you could just like look at it and just be like, oh, Oda put a funny joke in there. But it's genuinely really well written. So I'm impressed, but I shouldn't be. It's Oda. Like, he does this shit. So yeah, that is One Piece. I don't think there's anything else to talk about for this episode. So we're gonna move on to watching the music. We're gonna react to one of the songs. But those were the episodes. So let's get to the song right about now. I feel like this might be a cute song. Aww. This is very cute so far. He didn't believe in himself. That's nice. Oh, that's cute. I like the piano in this song. Whoa, that art is cool. He did believe in your dream. He forced you to go for it. It's nice, like, getting a look into Coby's character like this. I like this because I like the focus on the piano. First dream forever. The Nas are really cute. Awesome. That was very cute. That was a very cute song. I like it's you know, very very simple. It was like, you know, stuff we obviously knew about Coby. But it's very cute to see Coby's perspective on this. And I just think the idea of a song called First Friend Forever is like really cute. Like it's like Best Friend Forever, but I think the idea is like, but you were literally like, you weren't just my best friend, you were my first friend. Like, this is, I will always remember you as my first friend, and the person that matters the most to me and changed my life is you. You're my first friend forever. That's really cute. I like that a lot. Yeah, nice. I really liked it. All right, that is One Piece episodes whatever to whatever. Next video, we finish the Whole Cake Island arc. Then we got a bunch of stuff we can, like that, finishing up Whole Cake Island opens up so much stuff. I mean, I eventually got to do the Wano skit. I eventually got to do the top 10 video. I eventually got to open the trading cards that Veritas gave me based on Whole Cake Island. I can play One Piece Odyssey. There's so much stuff that's opened up. So, yeah, so next video, we do that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Go to my Patreon account for full-length early access and exclusive videos, and join my YouTube membership down below to get 1 week early on edited videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.